What's up guys, this is Flames from MMOHut.com, and today we're going to be looking at Tera Online, the exiled realm of Arborea, a 3D MMORPG developed and published by NMAS Entertainment. Now I'll be spending about 10-15 minutes checking this game out, but we already have a first impressions gameplay video for this game. So why are we covering this again? Well, on February 5th, the game went completely free to play. This was a subscription-based game and you had to buy the original game, so it was pretty expensive. But now anyone can get to level 60 without paying a single dime, and that is pretty cool. So this is actually a new segment called MMOHut Refreshers. We're basically looking at very good games that have been successful over the years. This one is a little under a year old, but because of the big announcement, we thought it'd be a good idea to show you guys a bit of the game's mid-game content, and to go a bit more in detail about what we can do in this game and why it's actually so different than other MMOs. This is a true action MMO, so you do have to aim. I do have a little crosshair, even though I don't have a gun. This isn't a first-person shooter. You do have to maneuver your way around monsters and NPCs, and just wait for the right time to strike. Anyway, it is a very good concept, and I'm pretty sure it's based off of Monster Hunter. Probably one of my favorite games of all time. So right now, I'm a Castanic Slayer, which is a burst DPS. I finally killed this humongous monster the old-fashioned way by hacking and slashing. That girl is thanking me, let us cheer. But anyway, if you want, you could also be a healer or a tank. You're probably going to need some backup to take care of these guys, but it's still a lot of fun. Now, founders, which are people who had bought the game before it went free to play, have exclusive items, like this epic blue horse. James and I actually call this mount the Tron mount, because it does have a futuristic feel to it. Concerning the different types of quests, they're pretty basic. Right now I have to pick this egg up without another one of these giant lizards noticing me. Mission accomplished. And while it might not have looked like it while I was fighting one of these guys, I do have a lot of abilities to use, and one of the fun features are chain skills. James, who had leveled up a few characters before Tera Rising, was telling me how useful chain skills were, and I didn't really get it at first. You have enough skill slots at the bottom to put everything you need, but it does get a bit overwhelming when you have about 10 to 12 skills to use every single fight. Now some of these are meant to be initiation strikes, while others are good follow-up strikes. Since I know I won't be starting my fights with about half of these, I can just customize my chain and really limit the amount of keys I need to know by heart. I should be able to find a party later on and show you what I mean by fighting an elite monster, so we'll get to that in a bit. In Tera, you aren't limited in the amount of professions you can learn. You can be an alchemist, a tailor, and you can gather everything you find, from plants to ores, even crystal essences. Now let's look at the cash shop, the Valkion Outfitters. Like any other free-to-play MMO, it is based on microtransactions. Now you can buy different mounts and change the look of your character. In my case, this wasn't a very good idea. Because I have this sort of metal plating on my face, I bought this pirate bandana and it just passes through it, so it just doesn't seem quite right. Now in your case, you really don't need to buy this. If you want to stand out, you can buy different outfits, maybe some sunglasses, and I did even see Soulja Boy's shades in there. I'm just going to finish these routine quests, but I'll just skip ahead and show you what a real boss fight looks like. A little bit of change in scenery does me good. Here we have this dried out desert with mountains all around us. The landscaping is super sweet, either in this clip or the previous one. The game really focuses on very nice graphics and smooth animations. Now I've gathered two of my friends here, or I should say just two other people I found on my server, and we're going to try and take out this guy, Juggernaut Mercenary. Now this isn't necessarily a boss fight, but more of an elite monster we need to take care of. We've done a previous first impressions gameplay video for this, but our character does range from level 1 to 10, and you're not going to have a good grasp of what true action gameplay is until you reach level 20. So, you know, this is what Tera is all about. You've got to dodge his attacks, you've got to stay on him at the same time. Right now we really don't have a good composition. We have two DPS, I'm a Slayer and he's this big guy is a Destroyer. And we're just trying to dodge every single attack, so it is a lot harder than I hoped. It would be nice to have either a warrior or a lancer, but this is still manageable. I shouldn't worry too much. The only problem here is because we have to constantly move around, it doesn't give anyone on my team enough time to chain their skills together. This is pretty much a hit and run situation we've got going on. As long as he tries to keep pummeling the air, we should be good. It doesn't look like he knows where he's going right now. Okay, he fell on the ground, that's good. This is our time to strike. And you have to know the enemy's animations. Not necessarily by heart, but you have to have a good feel of what they're about to do next. For example, I know how much time there is between each attack, so I can easily gauge how much time I have left before trying to dodge his next move. And for people who never beat this guy before, I mean, the obvious solution is just staying right behind him. But guess what? His tail is actually as dangerous as his 2 axes he's wielding right now. So you have to try and stay on his side. I'm only trying to hit its thighs, but it's a lot harder than it looks. He keeps twirling around, showing me his fanny, and because he keeps switching targets, he's not very easy to follow. This isn't really true for ranged characters, but I noticed melee fighters have to have a good sense of momentum. When you activate an ability, you have to have a good follow-through. If I activate something while he's running away, first of all, I won't hit anything, and it really leaves me vulnerable. I won't be able to move or dodge, so I guess knowing is half the battle. Oh, and guess what? Yeah, we've got a Lancer who completes our current composition, so he's going to be the one taking the damage as much as possible. All of the classes can dodge attacks. The only one that can't is the Lancer, and in my opinion, he's the ultimate tank. He can just shield himself if ever there's a major blow to his face. And he's on the ground, time to attack as much as possible. This is what the game's PvE content truly looks like. But there's also a lot of decent PvP action going on. You can duel, you can have guild versus guild brawls on the fly, and organize death matches with players that have a similar level range. Oh, we've got to be careful not to aggravate the other juggernaut over there. That would not be a pretty sight. And this is an aspect I wish I would have known before creating Flamarian on Celestial Hills. PvP server players can also take part in open world PvP battles. I'll admit, it would have been nice to see a bit of ganking action, but I hope a little duel at the end of the video should suffice. I talked about microtransactions earlier, but you can also pay to play this by becoming an elite member. For 15 bucks you get a pretty sweet mount, some experience boosts, and if I recall, some cosmetic items. It might be something to think about if you want to reach level 60 as fast as possible. But be careful, I am not saying that this is a pay-to-win MMO. It's mostly a skill-based game rather than a gear-reliant one. I wouldn't even be surprised if people could actually beat players 5 or even 10 levels over theirs. So I think we're in a good position right now. He is getting very tired, his health is getting very low. And this is the type of game I would like to play every single time. If this was the type of generic MMO, I would not mind there being a million of them. With our added recruit here, everyone is very well positioned, so we don't need to move around all that much. You know, everyone's full health. Yes! Mission accomplished. So it took us about 5 minutes just to kill a single elite monster. But be that as it may, the level of satisfaction you get by killing these guys isn't comparable to most typical MMOs. And that is the main reason why I suggest you guys give this game a shot. Alright, now like I mentioned for the last part of this video, I thought it'd be a good idea to finish things off with a little duel. I found another founder here who's named Rizmari. She is very cute, very sexy, and I'm gonna try to beat the crap out of her. So I've got a lot of abilities to use, and she is actually a sorcerer. Even though she's 3 levels under mine, she does have quite an advantage over me since she's a ranged character. I do have a trick or two up my sleeve. I just have to make sure not to miss my opportunities. I'm just going to duel her right now and see where this goes. Okay, so I just have to stay real close and hope she doesn't stun me all the way through. Uh-oh, she has this blue orb in front of her. Oh, she's trying to get away. Let's charge in. Oh, and I totally blew that one. I did manage to hit her, and that slowed her dramatically. Let's not waste this chance and kick her when she's down. I just can't seem to anticipate where she's going to go next. Whoa, and that was super effective. I only have one ranged skill, and it actually worked out for the best. She's so low on health. Come on! Ah. My ranged skill's no longer on cooldown. Come on! Go! Victory! Yes! Alright, well, she was kind enough to duel me, and granted, I had 3 levels over her. So let's just finish this off with a bow. Alright, and this is what Tera looks like. Obviously, open world PvP should be a bit more impressive, but this is just a little taste of what to expect. If you're interested in playing, head on over to MMOHut.com. We've got some great articles for you to check out. Or head on over to their official website, which is Tera.nmass.com. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Flames, signing off. See you guys on the flip side.